Here's a project I'm working on right now, taking and converting an O gauge electric motor to standard gauge. And basically I think this is a 262 steam engine. I've got a couple of 254s, but they're all the same stance. And what I've done is I've done it a little bit different. I've made it into a build-a-motor. I put extended axles on it, and then I took and I threaded the ends of the axles to get the gauge, and then I used spanner nuts to lock it in place. The wheels are threaded. You thread them on to as far as they'll go to the end of the axle, and then you lock them down with these spanner nuts, and they do not come loose. I can take it completely apart and convert it easily back into O gauge if I want to. I also, and I don't know if you can see this in here, I did not use the old wheel like most guys did. I cut a mounting bracket, cut a slot in it for a spring clip, retaining clip, which is on the front part. There we go, the gear right in the front here, and then it's shimmed up because you have to have space between the frame and the gear to mash with the center gear there. I use a washer, and I surface ground it. It's 0.1075. That gives great stability. It doesn't wobble back and forth. The back washer, it has to be replaced because it's only 0.795, and so it allows too much wiggle back and forth. So I'll buy another washer, run it on my surface grinder, and get it down to the right dimension, and then put it in there. And each one of these blocks you can set however tight you want it. I've got set screws on that side, and of course on this side. And I've already changed what I'm going to use as far as making the blocks. You can buy shaft collets, and I get them for 3/16. They're already drilled and tapped. They're ready to mount. You slide them onto that axle, you set the space, and you're ready to go. So this is, like I say, this is just a start. It has to be fine-tuned a little bit, but it runs very smooth. Not bad. As you can see, very responsive. And like I say, a little bit of fine tuning on it. I want to make sure that those gears mash absolutely perfect. And then I'll be ready to build a superstructure, which is kind of the next process. Also, let's see if we can get over here. I've gotten lazy. It's summertime. There are flowers to plant. It's best to be outside. I started this cattle car about 3 months ago, and might as well go all the way down here because I didn't have things put together. The last thing I had to do on it was to form up the roof. The roof fits absolutely perfect. As you can see, I used my metal box press, formed the roof, formed the monitor on top, the boardwalk, soldered it all together. It's clean, it's ready to paint. Here's the car in all its white metal glory. Here are the doors I've already painted, and I have to highlight. The whole car will be painted red, then I'll highlight it with black. And there will be segments of these slots in here that will be painted black to make it stick out. Also, this is a steel ladder off of a post-war 440 signal bridge. It will be absolutely perfect for putting this on back here, and compared to a real Ives ladder, pretty doggone close. Not that it has to be, but you know, sometimes you shoot for as much of the real thing as you possibly can. It's hard to do this and hold the camera with one hand, but that's where I'm at on this. Looking forward to getting that power unit, get a structure on it, because when it's all said and done, that is going to pull my rake of handmade cars that I've done, along with the cattle car, which I'm just tickled to death with. And believe it or not, and maybe I've told you this before, this cattle car is all bolted together. You just unscrew the bolts, and it's the sides fall off, the ends fall off, and then all you've got is the frame. So kind of a nut and bolt construction. Alrighty, that's my update. I'll try to be a little bit busier and get some more of this stuff finished. Hope you enjoyed it.